We are smiling big this Friday morning, one, because it's Friday, so why not smile? But of course, because the weather is so absolutely beautiful. If you are not in the fall spirit yet, you are going to be now, because Melissa Lale joins us from the Chattanooga Market, her weekly gig here on 3+U, and she has brought with her Caitlin Rudder, who is with Georgia Peach Farms, but today we're talking apples. So good to see you both.
You too.
Yeah. I was watching you, Caitlin, as you were getting out all of these apples, and of course you brought the cider to go right along with it. You've got a very careful touch with your apples. You did not want anything to drop and get bruised.
Yeah, that's correct. Obviously, when we're bringing product to the market, we want to make sure that it's high quality. We aren't going to sell it if we don't believe in its quality.
Right.
And these apples are amazing and they're fresh. There's no wax coating or anything that would protect them if they did fall and bruise. So we do want to be extra careful.
So, okay, can we play a game?
Sure.
Let's see if I know how to guess what is what.
Great.
Do you know by looking at them?
I sure do.
I've never been a fan. Okay, are those Gala?
They are. That's correct.
Good job. I only know because she just told me.
Okay. Is that a Macintosh?
It is not. Those
Okay.
are actually Honey Crisps.
Okay, but they look smaller than the Honey Crisps you find at the store.
So, they're going to vary depending on what farm. And the cool thing about Honey Crisp is they're very hardy, and they actually the trees can withstand colder temperatures. So,
Okay.
Last April, in North Georgia and in some parts of the South, we had a really hard freeze in April, which actually, really decimated a lot of the trees and their fruits. So the Honeycrisp trees were actually one of the ones that were able to withstand it.
Wow.
So we actually do have a
Okay.
really great amount of Honeycrisp, and it's a really great crop this year.
I know that you're not an arborist and you're not a farmer per se, but do you know were Honeycrisps designed to be able to withstand
They
that?
absolutely were, actually.
Okay.
I love a Honeycrisp apple.
I do too.
It was at a university, I want to say it was Michigan, and it was actually scrapped in the 70s. They were actually trying to create a variety that would withstand cold winter temperatures.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And then one of the scientists actually ended up scrapping the whole idea. They threw all of the trees out. So Honeycrisp almost didn't exist at all. And then
Wow.
It's almost like a weed that just keeps coming.
Yeah.
Another scientist ended up picking up the project 4 years later and found, I think it was 3 or 4 trees that had actually survived, even though they were thrown out. And so he picked it back up, and then now Honeycrisp is what it is today.
The best
Nice.
things always
Yeah.
happen by accident,
Yes.
right? So are these Granny Smiths or is that a yellow
Those
apple?
are actually Golden Delicious.
It's a Golden Delicious,
Yes.
okay.
So they're known to be slightly spicy. They're great for baking, also great for snacking. All 3 of these varieties are kind of versatile.
Well, okay, so did you watch me? I was very gently squeezing this because I think of a Golden Delicious as being kind of mushy, but this is a firm apple.
Yes. And a big part of that, a lot of people don't realize, is that the apples that you see in the grocery store are usually sitting in storage for sometimes up to a year.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So just
Is that
another.
how they get kind of mealy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so they have a wax coating that acts as a preservative. So if you do buy apples from the grocery store, always wash them. And if you support local, you don't really have to worry about that as much. So it's definitely a lot fresher. These are very fresh picked. And no wax coating or preservative.
I had no idea I was
Me
going to
either.
learn this.
Yeah.
This morning. So when you're doing the cider, which people can come and buy from you, are you using a certain variety of apple?
It's actually a mixture, which is really fun. So they mix all the different varieties, any apples that fall naturally from the tree and that aren't bruised, and they're going to use those to make the cider. And the cider is amazing. It's flash pasteurized, no added sugar, so it's just naturally that sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's great if you can heat it up. If any adults out there want to add a little adult beverage to it, that's also a
Yes.
fun idea for the
Yes,
fall.
yeah.
And then also it's family friendly, so it's a really great fall treat, and this weather is perfect.
It's perfect. Okay, so talk about the family-friendly nature of the weekend, because it's always a fun time to bring the whole family down
Yeah,
to the
and
market.
you're right. So Apple Festival is really fun because the vendors will all take a different spin on apple something. So you'll see apple. Actually, I got a photo this morning of apple candles. Full Circle is making apple candles. I know that Daylilies will have apple butter, maybe some apple salsa. What else did she tell me? She's got like 10 different apple somethings. There'll be apple strudel, apple pie, of course. So it's just a fun way to get
Yeah.
into fall and enjoy the harvested apples.
Either go the old way, like your mother told you before you went off to college. I remember my neighbor next door said, Julie, when you go to college, make sure you bring lots of clothes that are not elastic banded, because otherwise
You just keep going.
You just keep going. So either wear your tightest fitting jeans or have fun and wear your spandex and just enjoy, right?
Yes, enjoy. And of course, two live free performances on the Lodge Cast Iron Sizzle stage. So always live music. And you're right, it's a great way to bring out the kids and enjoy a beautiful day.
So let me ask you this too, Caitlin. When you cut into an apple, of course, they tend to turn brown. The air hits them.
Sure.
Is it true that putting some lemon juice on there will keep that from happening?
That actually will help. It'll help. It just slows the process down. I mean, it's still obviously, especially with these that are so fresh, it's still
Right.
going to happen. But yeah, lemon is a natural preservative.
And I have a like a dough bowl on my counter, and I love to put fresh fruits and things like that. Right now there's some pumpkins in there. But can you keep apples out until you cut them?
You can. Apples are really, they last a long time. You can put them on the counter, or if you want to put them in the fridge, some varieties can last up to like 3 months.
What?
Or so, yeah.
Any of these?
Yeah, I've had Honeycrisp is pretty hardy. I mean, the cold, it really just, keeps them together. Yep.
That's like the Teflon of apples.
And a good reason to buy local. The
River Market tomorrow?
River Market tomorrow. The Ironman's going on. It's going to add to the festivities down there. It'll be a lot of fun. Live music there as well. So, yeah, I think we're all just, cheering about the weather, and there's so much to do.
Yes. Well, I am so glad to meet you, and thanks for the education.
Of course.
You can shop them. Look for it's called Georgia Peach Farm.
Georgia Peach Truck.
Sorry, but they'll be having their apples. The market 11 to 4.
Yep.